I always say I don't get starstruck, but I definitely do get a little more nervous when I talk to certain people. I have talked about how sweaty my armpits were when I spoke to Michelle Obama specifically. That was a very sweaty episode.
Yeah.
Throughout your whole career, you've worked with a lot of big stars. Have you ever been starstruck?
Definitely. And it happened to me 2 weeks ago, not even. I was at my estheticians about to get a facial in Beverly Hills, and Sarah Paulson is someone who I've been a fan of for, I don't know, since season 1 of American Horror Story.
Yep.
And I've been following her on Instagram forever, and she followed me back a few years ago, which I thought was a genuine mistake, because why? But she kept following me. I was like, okay, I hope she doesn't notice. And so I was sitting in the waiting room ready to get my facial, and she came out, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to finally meet. And she turns and we meet, and she goes, oh, you're so great. And I blushed really hard. Like I'm like I'm like translucent right now on this podcast video. I can't believe how pearlescent I am. It's insane. But so you can imagine when I blush, it's very noticeable.
It was screaming.
It was screaming. And then I'm going to throw shade to my friend Sarah, my esthetician, was in the room because she's the one who finished Sarah's facial. She goes, you are so red right now. I was like, you bitch. I was like, but I'm never one to kind of downplay anything. I was like, yeah, I'm a really big fan. And I said that to Sarah's face. Esthetician named Sarah and Sarah Paulson. And I just said, yes, I'm such a big fan. And I know I'm literally so red right now, but I love all your work and whatever. It was a quick interaction, but I was so noticeably red. And I think that's the first time that I've ever gotten that red. But then also my friend went out of her way to point it out that I was red, which I think probably made it significantly worse, but I leaned into it. Whatever. I don't care. I was but I was so glad to have met her, and I'm such a large fan of her work. I think she's absolutely incredible, and have been, I've known her since I was forever. So it felt like, I was at the Governor's Awards last night looking around the room at everyone. I did in 2019, I think, when I went to the Met, I shook hands with Lady Gaga, and I think I just remember she said, "Nice to meet you," and I was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you too." And it was just
thought about that for a while afterwards.
I thought about it for a second. But I was like, it's Lady Gaga. That happens to her, I imagine, every day of her life or all the time. So I didn't feel that.
That's such a good way to put that into perspective of like, I can't be the only one that's just like shaking meeting you. It's fine.
But I also, it's fine. I don't know. I think being embarrassed is kind of, I've had it happen. I've been on the receiving end of it, and I think it's really charming.
I was going to say, I do think it is such a genuine way to know that someone is excited about meeting you.
Yeah, of course.
To be able to see that excitement for esthetician Sarah to call out your beet red face. Obviously, you're like, hey, act natural, pretend like I'm always this red. It's not weird.
There was no pretending. There was no pretending.
At the same time, though, it's like, you're flushed because it's like you're meeting someone that you are genuinely so excited to get to interact with and to get to have the opportunity to say like, hey, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I think so cool.
Yeah. It's like rare. When do you ever get to meet the people that you really look up to? So I don't know. I was fine being my little bashful self, blushing self, I guess.